Good morning, goeiemôre, molweni, namaste, salam alaikum, shalom. Ek dink dit is baie maniere om te sê goeiemôre en hallo. You're very welcome. And it seems that I have not been able to speak to you for such a long time, and my humble apology. Regularly, on a Friday, I normally keep it open for admin and for my Facebook Live, but I've noticed now that many meetings that are in council or meetings in coalitions or meetings are now being scheduled for a Friday. So if I miss you on a Friday, I can tell you it is definitely no way intended, disrespectful, because I op 4 ure nou 'n dag by my en by sommiges lyk dit my vir meer as dit. Maar ons gaan nie ophou nie. We are not going to stop this moment where we can talk to each other. Firstly, I'm going to start with the week that was. I always reflect on the week that has just gone by, and a couple of points that always come up and that are interesting to me. Yes, this interaction that I've got with you every Friday, or as the program grows, I try to be with you every week, is my opinion. I get my opinion from physically having access to information, physically sitting in several local governmental meetings, meeting with diplomats, which I will explain, and internationally connecting with the people that for the past 22 years I have been connected with due to me being overseas and working in international companies across the country, the continent, and the world. So these opinions I share with you, but they are not just an opinion. Dit is nie net my opinie nie, ek studeer hierdie opinies. Ek kyk na my inligting en intelligensie, wat ek het en wat ek kry, en dan formuleer ek vir u op rekord my opinie. Nou die eerste ene, kom ons praat, let's talk about the absolute pathetic, scrambling, in trouble, and very dark budget of the Minister of Finance that was delivered this week. You can see that this budget is being put to us like a strawberry tainted with cream and a little bit of chocolate sprinkles. It's supposed to tell us that the GDP of this country, the gross domestic profit, in other words, the income of the country, has increased by more than 1.2%. That inflation is being curbed and managed, that the rand net dollar effect is being handled so that it can equalize, stabilize. But the underlying truth is that no matter where they try to put the balance sheet of our country on the left, the reality on the right is that this country is technically a failed state, a bankrupt entity, and in no way a going concern. Ons moet natuurlik verstaan dat hulle moet nou 'n bietjie chocolate sprinkles, room, op 'n begroting probeer sit, wat op die einde van die dag, as ons weet, ons wat weet en wat die fynskrif lees, is dit absolute gemors. Die rede is omdat die inkomste van die land, hierdie ding wat ek noem SAPTY Limited, as Suid-Afrika 'n maatskappy was, moet ons verstaan dat ons sit oor 4 triljoen rand se internasionale skuld. Hulle sê nie dit vir jou nie. Hulle sal dit nie vir jou sê nie, want as hulle dit moet opsit en vir jou dit verduidelik, dan gaan niks wat hulle probeer doen op die skreiende jaarlikse begroting wat nou hierdie week aan ons voorgestel is, saak maak. Ons leen en skuld meer as wat ons inkry en genereer as 'n land. En waarom? Wel, dit is simpel. Daar word elke dag gesteel, daar word elke dag meer en meer besighede bankrot, die inkomstebelasting wat hulle kry van die mense wat nog 'n inkomste kry, is besig om te daal, en plain en simpel, hulle kan nie hierdie masjien herstaat nie. Hulle sukkel, soos met die ou dae, wat ons nog die diesel engines gehad het, waar jy hom eers moet warm maak, dat hy klein dingetjie, die draaitjie prentjie weggaan, en dan kan jy hom start. Op hierdie oomblik sukkel hulle om hierdie ding weer te herstart, en daar's 'n rede. Hulle weet nie wat hulle doen nie. They are not competent, they are not educated in strategy and in implementation enough. They are not. Want hulle het 'n baie groot reël het hulle verbreek. En daai reël kom uit 'n ou Afrikaanse gesegde: skoenmaker, hou jou by jou lese. Nog 250 biljoen rand vir Eskom. Nou dit maak glad nie sin nie, want ons wat weet, weet dat Eskom sit met 'n 400 nou meer biljoen boekskuld. 400 biljoen, met ander woorde in Afrikaans, miljard. 400 miljard rand skuld hulle, en hierdie staat wil vir hulle net gee 250 miljard. Daar's nog steeds 'n gap op jou skuld, jou boekskuld. En dan is daar die gesegdes in die straat, dat om Eskom weer te bring om die totale kilowatt uit te stoot wat ons nodig het hulle niks meer of minder nodig as nog 750 miljard rand. Nou as jy jou somme gaan doen, as jy nou kan tel, beteken dit dat Eskom benodig nou meer as 'n triljoen rand, triljoen, nie miljard nie, om te herleef. So daai ding begin nou irriterend te raak, want op die einde van die dag het ek vanoggend getwitter op tweets vir twets. Dit lyk my julle kan nie tel in hierdie staat nie. Dit lyk my ons moet weer teruggaan na daai klein dingetjie waar jy nou die dingetjies moet hierdie kant toe en hierdie kant toe, en miskien vir julle 'n klein uniform portret teken, want die heel alleen weet, julle kan nie vir ons verduidelik hoe julle aan mekaar geld van die IMF, die Wêreldbank, die DBSA leen, en wie die hel dink julle moet dit terugbetaal? Wel, dis ek en jy, dis ek en u, wat vandag daar sit, wat ons belasting moet betaal. Someone pays for debt. You can put ice cream, chocolate sprinkles on your raspberry, but at the end of the day, it doesn't seem that government understands plain simple language. You are loaning money, you are putting us into a debt that my son and my younger son will never be able to pay back. Therefore, South Africa will remain in debt. And that's a reason why we need to kick out this government, isn't it? Equals. Vergelyk aan. Ek kan nie meer duidelik daaroor praat nie, en as jy hierdie land wil omdraai, as jy hierdie land wil nou maak om produktief te wees, dat ons op ons algemene toedraai van landsinkomste, om dit reg te maak, het jy mense nodig wat kan dink, mense wat kan tel, mense wat kan 'n plan vat, en nie net op 'n ding sit en sê ons het 'n plan nie, maar om die plan en hierdie plan te implementeer. Dit is tog logika, né? Ons moet logies begin dink. We are not going to be lied to. And we are. And then the big explosion is to sit down there and see that Mr. De Ruyter leaves Eskom immediately. The massive TV show on ENCA where he starts to reveal only the tip of the iceberg vir julle wat het gekyk het, because daar's nie 'n manier wat niemand in hierdie land op hierdie oomblik nie die naam De Ruyter op sy mond het nie. De Ruyter got up and said enough is enough. He was supposed to only leave at the end of the month. He left with immediate effect. Why? Because the truth hurts. Die waarheid maak seer. Maar Suid-Afrika, dit is nie my opinie wat ek wil lig oor De Ruyter. Kan ons vandag verstaan wat De Ruyter gesê het? Did you listen what De Ruyter said publicly? This is a bombshell. Hierdie is 'n skokgolf. In a normal democratic capitalistic dispensation, this will topple a government. Hoor my? In 'n normale kapitalistiese demokratiese land sou die uitlatings van net De Ruyter hierdie week 'n normale staat en government breek en tot op die grond bring. En in Suid-Afrika, wat het gebeur? Niks. Niks. Nothing. We got shocked, some more than others, because some know the absolute implication of his words. And then we knew, typically South African, we go on the next day and just shake our head. Mense, ons moet begin 'n oproep doen dat genoeg moet genoeg wees. Maar jy sien Suid-Afrikaners, ons maak 'n event oor alles. Ons kom by mekaar by Senekal 1, ons kom by mekaar by Senekal 2, ons maak groot geraas. Ons staan op bakkies, ons sê nooit weer nie. Nooit weer in hierdie land sal ons 'n Brendan Horner hê nie. Nooit weer sal ons toelaat dat mense, ons boere, ek praat nie van taal, kultuur, geskiedenis, ek praat van die mense wat ons kos genereer. Nooit weer sal ons toelaat as die gemeenskap in hierdie land dat ons boere so wild vermoor word nie. Wragtig, Senekal 2 is net klaar, toe moor hulle weer. Wat het gebeur? Groot geraas. Massive noise. And then the next day, life went on. Because us as South Africans, we move on. When are we going to stop moving on? When are we going to recognize that when they take SAA and destroy it, when they take Eskom and destroy it, when they take Denel and destroy it, when they take Prasa and destroy it, Sanral destroy it, and every single SOE destroy it, when do we say enough is enough? When do we say our tax is not anymore available for you to pulverize, steal and misadministrate? When? Wanneer? Maar as jy sê, nou in die publiek, hou op om belasting te betaal, dan sê hulle jou toe. Vir verraad. Ja. So De Ruyter, ek buig my kep vir jou. Meneer De Ruyter, ek sal eer jou. Meneer De Ruyter, respek vir jou. Meneer De Ruyter, ek bloei vir jou. Because now Mr. De Ruyter has to leave this country, the place of his birth, because now they have decided to kill him. And that these days, South Africa, is the answer when you stand up and speak for the light, the truth, the good against evil. They murder you. Verbatim out of the mouth of De Ruyter, where he quotes, and I quote him, where he says there are hit squads that move around in this country to silence those. A mafia state, a criminal state, no, a failed state. And then if that is not enough, we have a meeting this week which I attended with representatives of our agricultural world. En ek sit daar en ek moet luister hoe die mense uit agri, landbou en die plaasboere, waar hulle vir ons vertel hoe ons landbou, plase en boere vou op hierdie oomblik. Want nie net moet hulle die droogte beklei nie, maar hulle moet nou ook die loadshedding beklei, die dieselpryse beklei en die moorde beklei. En wat is ons government, wat is ons staat se verdediging? Hulle antwoord, what is the government's reply to the plight of the farmer who faces murder, destruction, drought, and the collapse of his infrastructure because of cost? What is their answer? Zero. Nothing. Nul op 'n kontrak. No grant, no bailout, no subsidy, no intervention. Hulle gaan dit nie doen nie, want hulle kan dit nie doen nie, and they don't give a damn. Hoor my Suid-Afrika, they don't give a damn. Want hulle dink melk koop jy by Checkers. Skaapchops koop jy in Woolworths. Hierdie land is besig om gedreineer te word van alles wat ons het. You will notice today, I'm telling you, I'm tired of starting to state the obvious, because the obvious is now so blatantly the truth. Load shedding 6. We're still on load shedding 6. I'm daring you, I'm asking you, I'm begging you that every single day when the power goes off and you say internally the swear word, go beyond the swear word. Bloody remember this on the day of the ballot. Bloody remember this the day we go vote in 12 to 14 months. Don't have short-term memory, want hulle gaan wragtig 2 maande voor die nasionale verkiesing volgende jaar ons krag uitsorteer vir 'n oomblik, sodat ons weer bloody kan vergeet. That we have memory loss, that we are so grateful that we get power back, that we go vote them back in again, and that's what you've been doing. As jy skoen jou pas trek, kom aan. Joburg Metro, Johannesburg Metro, hoor me. Hear me. Ja, hoor me. Hoor me. Ek is moeg, mense. Ek is moeg, ek is gatvol, ek is geïrriteerd, ek is kwaad, ek is hartseer. Maar ek is net soos julle. Maar ek kan nie opgee nie. Ek moet in daai meeting sit, ek moet in daai vergadering sit, ek moet beklei vir jou moet ek beklei. Ek moet my statement maak namens jou, want jy kan nie daar sit nie, want jy kan nie jou lewe opgee nie. Ek doen dit vir jou, Suid-Afrika. Ja. Joburg Metro yesterday approves a loan, alweer 'n lening, né? Of 2 billion. Hear me, South Africa? I'm using this as an example so that you know the truth. Hear me? Yesterday, Johannesburg Metro, as jy in Johannesburg bly en jy's deel van Johannesburg Metro, hoor my wat hulle aan jou gedoen het. Maar hulle het nie 'n keuse nie, want Johannesburg is bankrot. Het jy my gehoor? Johannesburg Metro het verklaar gister, hulle is bankrot. Do you get it? If you are staying in Joburg. On your behalf, the Metro yesterday had to borrow 2 billion rand from the DBSA. The Development Bank of SA just had to bail out Joburg Metro, one of the wealthiest, one of our most proud, one of our most bastions of wealth and society. Joburg is bankrupt. It's bankrupt. So they had to borrow 2 billion rand to keep the lights, to keep the streets, to keep their salaries intact. But their total debt, their total debt isn't 2 billion, it's 5 billion rand. So when you borrow 2 billion, you still need 3 billion. Are you getting this? Hulle skuld op hierdie oomblik in Johannesburg Metro, net Johannesburg, is 5 miljard rand. En wie wat het hulle in hulle bank? Hulle het net 400 miljoen rand. Hulle kontant op hierdie oomblik, hulle cashflow is 400 miljoen. Hulle skuld 5 miljard rand. Dit is wat hulle gedoen het. Enige mens kan huishomme maak. Leen 2 en ons moet dit terugbetaal binne 6 maande. Maar ons skuld nog 3, maar ons het net 400 miljoen. Waar kom die somme, mense? Daarom sê ek, hulle leen geld namens my. Hulle leen geld namens u. En u gaan daai moet terugbetaal, jou kinders se kinders. Ons is in 'n bankrot staat. Hoe likwideer jy 'n land? How do you liquidate a country? How do you liquidate a municipality? How do you liquidate a province? You can't, because they don't want to learn. They can't learn. They don't have the capacity to learn. They don't have the will to learn. They are dumb. Daar's hy. Jy's 'n idioot. You are idiots. You are an idiot. You that govern. Nou daag ek jou vat my hof toe, dan toets ek jou IK in 'n hof. Take me to court. Tell them Neil de Beer said, you that are in government, you are a bunch of bloody idiots. Take me to court, sue me for criminal injury. Maar hoor my, jy gaan op jou moer kry in daai hof, want jy het nie eens die IK om die hofdatum te kom nie. Don't, luister, ons is nie dom nie. I was born at night, not last night, né? Ons kan tel. We are not going to absolutely forget what you've done to us. Suid-Afrika word wakker. Woka, Mzansi, woka. Jy moet wakker skrik. Ons gaan hulle moet verpletter. Just to wind things up and land my plane, we have met again for the second time, UIM with its co-support group, and we have decided that the final onslaught on Eskom, on the state presidency, that final letter of demand and letter to present our demand will be going out on the morning of the 15th of March this year. In other words, within 2 weeks, we will be calling our press conference in Cape Town, and we will be releasing the letter to the state president with demands. I gave me my word that I will take them on. Now we're taking them on. But we are not taking them on to generate power. We are not taking them on to qualify and say that we can have solar and wind and hydro. No, we are taking them on because they lied. And the problem is, as jy die fynskrif kan lees soos ons, soos Jacques, die prokureurs en die experts soos David Lipschitz, hoor my, we found something that's critical and no one found it. We found it. En ons gaan vir hulle slaan. So on the 15th of March, we'll be going live. We'll be printing the open letter in the press. En dan Cyril, soekie Cyril. Pala Cyril. We're sending you a letter, but it's not just a letter. And if you don't answer that letter, then we will bring hell. Then We will take you like a rat in a box and we'll put in a python, because then the fight is to put you in the corner. You said you're going to boil us like a frog. Jy het gesê jy gaan ons kook soos 'n padda. Wel, miskien is jy 'n rot en ons is 'n slang. Hypothetically. It's time that you're accountable, and we'll keep you accountable. No matter what. 'n Belofte is 'n belofte. Jy breek dit nie. And then we see today the floods in Coffee Bay, the floods in the Eastern Cape, the floods in the Vaal. We now hear today that they're calling for another 4.5 billion rand to fix the Eastern Cape after floods. They are asking for a further 1.3 billion to fix the floods in the Vaal. And you know what happened? It's their fault. Not the rain, not the flood, but doing their duty. Someone failed. Someone must pay. The UIM is now doing an intense study on the occurrences of the floods and who was at fault not managing, preparing or sorting out those floods. Ons is besig om nou intens ons groep te vat en te kyk na die vloede, want iemand het nie sy werk gedoen nie. En ons gee vir hulle terugvoer volgende Vrydag. En dan laastens, the crime stats of this country. Shocking. Shocking. And what's more shocking is of the top 10 murders police stations in the country, the Western Cape has 5 of its police areas on the top 10. What is life worth anymore? I end by calling you to stand up. And here's the thing. Join the UIM. Join this movement, this party of the truth in God for change. Kom saam met ons. Al die ander het tyd gehad, hulle tyd het getiktok, dis klaar. Kom saam met ons, want hier gaan jy die waarheid kry, hier gaan jy God se genade kry, en hier gaan ons verandering bring volgende jaar. So help my God. Baie dankie vir julle, ek is baie lief vir julle. Ja, goeie nuus hierdie week op die kanker uitslag, soos ek vir julle gewys het, kankertelling van 75 af na 30 toe, my laaste 2 weke van chemotablette elke dag, nou en dan op die 17de Maart, my scan. Ek is baie vooruit en ek is openlik met my resultate, want ek deel dit met julle, want dit is die waarheid en ja, daar is hoop. Ons gaan hierdie ene wen. Ons gaan hierdie stryd wen vir die land. Kom saam met my. God bless you, look after yourself. Remember, South Africa always first, but God number one. Mag die Here julle seën. Lekker naweek. Sien julle weer.